Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth and welcome to my channel. Listen, this is a forecast that goes from the 22nd to the 30th of June. And it's a very interesting week. So settle in, grab your cup of tea or coffee or whatever, and let me share with you what I understand for this forecast period. Now, Monday, the 22nd, the sun will move into Cancer. Yay, I'm a Cancer. All your Cancer friends are getting ready or have started celebrating birthdays. But it will also trine with the North Node in Pisces, which is a really good thing. And when we start talking about individual charts, we'll get into some of how that's important. But here's the interesting part about this forecast. From the 23rd to the 28th, the activity is already pretty passive and very quiet. This is a really great time to get organized or to pretend like you're going on a camping trip. I know some of you have never been camping and don't intend to, but it's the prep time. It's the period of time when you get a little bit of down energy that you can take care of business. What am I talking about? Well, do you have bills that need to be organized? Do you have a party that you have to prepare for? Is there a new event on the horizon that through your civic organization or through your career area of your life? It's what's interesting about this few days is that all the planets, I'm very allergic and things make me itchy, so excuse me. Mars is in Taurus. It's very earthy, very grounded. Jupiter is in Cancer. Yay. The Sun is in Cancer. Mercury is in Cancer. And Chiron, the wounded healer, which helps people to find themselves in a more grounded way, is in Taurus. So this period of time gives everybody a pause button. Take care of the things that are important or that you've been putting off, because you'll thank yourself in the end. In fact, I would go as far as saying, write this down in your calendars, the 23rd to the 28th. And then tick off the things that you've been avoiding. We all avoid stuff. It could be just doing laundry. But whatever you find that's been annoying you, take care of it now, because we're going to move into a much more active, I would even say frenetic period that will last a few months or more. So this is an opportunity for everybody. Now, on Monday the 29th, Mercury goes retrograde. Yes, the dreaded retrograde, and it lasts until August. Now, I don't hate retrograde periods. It gives me an opportunity to review, revise, and redo. So maybe that's a way to look at it. Mars will move into Gemini, and Gemini is active energy that asks us to start exercising or going on long walks in the woods with our pets, and also to attend functions where we have to go to not one but four. It's that kind of energy. And for some of us, it's fantastic. For some of us, it's annoying. The full moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is about take care of business. Don't put it off. Do it a certain way. Follow the rules. Full moon in Capricorn will put a very interesting twist on the other energy that's occurring at that time. And then on Tuesday the 30th, Jupiter moves out of Cancer and into dramatic Leo. Now we have the theatrical side of life rearing its lovely head, and you'll find that certain people have become Shakespearean actors in their own certain kind of special plays called life. And it could be a very, very intriguing, sometimes laughable year ahead, because that's how long Jupiter stays in any one sign. So we're going to be looking at all the signs to see how this works for all of you. And I just want to say again that that period between Tuesday the 23rd and Sunday the 28th is a gift. Find ways to tidy up your lives and make room for other things to come in. You know, there's an old saying, clean out your dresser drawer to make room for new clothes. I think it's Japanese, but anyway, look at that. Do you have things that you need to do that are like that? Do you have bags of clothes that need to go to Goodwill? I don't know anybody that doesn't have that situation. So that's the news for this week. And let's take a look at the signs and see how all of this is playing out in your lives. So hang on one second. Okay, let's take a look at you and see how this is going to work out in your lives personally. Okay, so the full moon for Aries is in their 10th house. I hope you're listening and I hope you're taking notes because this is dynamic. Lots of opportunities for career changes. Maybe you're going to be investing more energy over the next few weeks in interviews, etc. Also, with Jupiter and Venus landing in your 5th house, it's all about love, romance, and the good things in life. You're also, along with that is fun, exciting things happening for your children or for your creative life. So it's exciting. Mercury retrograde in your 4th house of home and family is a mystery. It's like the communication may feel a little bit confused or unusual, and you may have to keep it very, very clear and actually write things out so people understand what you're talking about. When Mars, this energy planet, moves into Gemini, it will, and that's at the end of the forecast, you will have a lot of emphasis on the written word and expressing your ideas to the world. And with Mercury going retrograde, you may find at times it's difficult to make sure that people understand what you're trying to convey. So give it a little extra effort, Aries. And that's the news for you for this forecast. So let's take a look at some of the cards to see what's going on with you on a different level. And it often dovetails with what we're talking about. So let's look at the oracle cards. Aries, Aries, Aries. So be creative, be artistic, find your muse, because it will help you to express some of your important ideas to colleagues, to family members, to whoever you come in contact with. Let's add a couple tarot cards to this. A rebirth. Death is always the rebirth card in your creative energies. So you haven't been maybe using your think outside the box skills. Well, you need to use them now. You'll be consulting with people on a project. And there's some kind of major healing occurring. You could have had a break with a friend, because it's not always physical. Or you could be feeling better than you have for a long time, because the Sun card joins it. And there's an improvement in a lot of areas of your life, and particularly in the physical arena. Okay, Aries, I want you to have a fabulous period of time. This is the forecast, and I can't wait to hear how everything is. Please drop me a line. I will be back at the beginning of July. Take care. Hello, Leos. How are you? Listen, lots happening this week. I'm just going to move around the chart and see what's going on for you, because one of the things that will be happening is Jupiter moves into Leo, and it's for you, it's phantasmagorical. So let's get going. For starters, I want to look at the moon in Capricorn. Moon in Capricorn is in your 6th house. It's about taking care of your physical body and spending some time analyzing how your work world is working for you. Did I say that? Oh God. Anyway, you are being asked to organize and straighten up some of the things that are happening in those 2 areas of your life. And with the moon there, it shines all its energy, especially emotional energy, into your work area and in your health. And it could have that. It doesn't have to be critical. It can be things that will improve you so that you can have more fun in life in general. So that's a good thing. Mars moves out of languid, earthy Taurus into Gemini in your 11th house. Groups of people demand more from you. They want to communicate more with you. They want to talk. Organizations that you might be involved with are setting up a lecture series, or they're asking you to come in and advise. Anything where you're using your intellectual ability with large groups of people, this can be key for you understanding what this means. Mercury, retrograde in the sign of Cancer until August, sits in this part of your life that is all about asking yourself, what matters to you? Why am I here? What is my spiritual dharma, so to speak? And what is my pathway? How can I contribute to life? But it's not giving you clear messages. And you feel like in some ways for the next month or so that some of the things that you've been worrying about, you're not finding easy answers to. So my response to that is breathe, take care of yourself, find downtime, and let things flow to you. Because it's a period of time where there's no pushing this. You have to wait. And then lastly, Jupiter will stay for a year in your sign of Leo. Now, this is an important position. It's in your 1st house because I set up the charts like that. So all eyes are on you. With Jupiter sitting on your 1st house, your identity, your style, your concepts are being watched. You are the star of this particular show right now. And it lasts for about a year. And things that you feel like you want to accomplish will be very important. So Leo, this is the story for this forecast. It's intriguing and interesting, and I'm wishing you lots of luck. So let's take a look at the cards to see what other information they can bring you. Put these back. Leo, Leo, Leo. You can't make this stuff up. Really? Look what it says. Detach from drama. Did I not mention that Jupiter moving into Leo brings dramatic flair? Well, you'll be at the center of it, and sometimes you have to just break away. Detach from drama. You're going to be lucky this year. When Jupiter hits your sun sign, it brings benefits. This is the benefit card, the star card, the lucky card, etc., etc. You may be working on 2 projects or have 2 jobs, or your foot in one arena and your foot in another. Maybe you're an actor and an accountant. Who knows? There could be news about one of your children who is also dual talented, an athlete, a scholar, an athlete, an artist, maybe that individual likes to make models and people are interested in them for artistic reasons. I don't know, but there's something that could be very interesting and positive for one of your offspring. And then happy family, benefits, lots of juicy, over-the-top goodies coming your way. The 10 of Cups. Leo, have a fabulous forecast period. And until July 1st, be well and take care. Hello, Sagittarians, and welcome. We're going to talk about you. So, what's happening immediately is that Capricorn is in your second house of production, goodies that come your way, gifts from the universe, your finances, all the things that you need to take care of will be shining there'll be like a beam of light shining into that area of your chart. It doesn't have to be strict, although Capricorn is a no-nonsense energy because it's ruled by Saturn. It wants you to take care of things and make sure all your ducks are lined up in a row. You may be trying to get ready to do something, buy a house, find a new partner, invest in a business. And so for that reason, money or all the assets that you have that are related to that could be very important right now. Mars moves out of languid Taurus into Gemini, your relationship house as well. And it's all activity around a committed partnership, whether it's business or romantic. There could be an emphasis on tying the knot. There could be an emphasis on expanding a practice if you're in the medical field with a partner. So this is all happening, and it's happening right now. Mars is the energy just do planet. So there's no stopping this when it starts moving through various houses in your chart. The 8th house is visited by Mercury that has gone retrograde in the sign of Cancer. Subtle, not so subtle information is coming your way that's feeling like you can't quite respond to it. And it feels like communication might be stilted as it relates to everything to do with life transitions. There could be news about an inheritance. There could be news about somebody not being well. There could be news that's, and it's all news related because Mercury is sitting there. There could be news about somebody who wants to employ you, but they're not doing anything about it. The need to buy a new car, and you've done the research, but nothing seems to stick. So all of this is happening, and until we get through up to August 1st, or at least the beginning of August, there'll be the sense that sharing ideas and getting the real information, the true information, could be a little bit difficult. Jupiter moves into dramatic Leo, dynamic, theatrical, fiery, in the area of your learning, your growth, your travel, anything that has to do with planning an escape to go somewhere really cool, to a resort, but you know what's interesting about this is this energy stays in your chart for all you Sagittarians for the next year. So people will be asking you to join them on vacations. People might be wanting to spend time with you in their Vermont country homes. It doesn't matter. It comes up out of nowhere. Travel learning and expanding your worldview is the key theme for this year. Okay, Sag, let's take a look at the oracle cards. And I hate to jump around, but I have to. I have to go to do some things today. And it's probably more about gardening than anything else, but I'm feeling that I need to keep up with the weather, which is very mercurial here right now. You notice I'm in a jacket. Okay, let's take a look. Sag, what do the cards want you to hear? So very important for you to get a journal and write down some of your ideas so that you don't forget, whether it's for work or for personal reasons. I told somebody the other day they should be writing a mystery novel. Sag. There's a new start for you in some area of your life. A totally new beginning. It could take you in a fantastic new direction, possibly a move, possibly due to the fact that you're planning to join forces with somebody you love and make a commitment. You're planting the seeds for personal and familial growth. That's the Seven of Pentacles. There'll be news about a young person that's very positive. They're growing too. And it's time for a vacation of some sort. Four of Swords. Okay, Sag. Keep me posted. Drop me a line. cottagetarot.com. I love hearing from people. I do. I really do. Okay. Take care. Hello, Libra. How are you? Okay. Let's jump right in and talk about you. The moon, the full moon, which is a culminating moon, which means that you're tying up loose ends, is in the sign of Capricorn and in your area of home and family. What have you been working on? Are you helping your mother or a mother figure works through some issues? Have you been renovating? Etc., etc. Are you planning to? Because this puts the spotlight on that part of your life. Mars, the planet of action, just do it, moves from soft, loving, earthy Taurus into I'm excited Gemini to get things going. I want to have everything moving faster than the speed of light. And that's moving into your ninth house of travel and exploration and learning and all those things, and you want to do them all at once. This could be a very interesting period of time. Next few months with Mars and Gemini, you will absolutely explore the world and maybe change your worldview in the process. Jupiter, big jolly energy field that blows things up to make room for great ideas and fun times, moves into the 11th house of organizations and groups and your hopes and wishes, is also joined by Venus in Leo, which is about love and romance. You could meet somebody if you're single. Excuse me, but I'm allergic to plants. That's all I can think of. So I'm scratchy. I feel very itchy right now. You could meet a new person through one of the organizations you're involved in, or a corporation you work for, or any number of civic organizations that you are working with. This is a Jupiterian year. You're growing, expanding, and some of your ideas and plans and dreams for the future are being worked out in a very beautiful way. over the next year, because Jupiter will be in Leo and in that part of your chart for maybe more than a year. So keep that in mind. And it's coupled with Venus, the planet of love and beauty. So are you thinking of bringing some kind of, I see somebody bringing in artwork into a company. You know, they used to do that all the time. Big corporations would collect famous artists' work. But you want to bring in some beauty into the environment that you work within. So something like that could be happening too. But you can also meet people that can be very important for you, who are interested in what you do. Okay, so do I have anything else to tell you? Mars. Oh, here's another thing. Mercury retrograde in the sign of Cancer will be retrograde and completely retrograding and going through shadow period until the beginning of August. Where does this affect you? In the area of your career. So if you are trying to expand your career horizons in any way, applying for a job, going for an interview, try to get that into your schedule before the 29th, maybe even before that of this month. Otherwise, you can expect that things that you're working on within that arena, like i.e. applying for jobs even, can be a little bit rocky and possibly stalled until we reach the second week of August. So just keep that in mind. Okay, Libra, let's take a look at the Oracle card and see what you need to hear. Come out of the closet. So this has many meanings. Come out of the closet. And for some of you, it could have to do with your gender, your sexuality, but it can also be that suddenly people realize you're a creative. You are not being an accountant is fabulous, but suddenly you're redecorating the entire office. Or maybe your political views have changed and you're starting to discuss those with friends. It takes many forms. Maybe you're a closet athlete. I don't know. But this will be part of the theme for this next 9-day period. Let's add a tarot card to it. Things have been a little bit rocky in your world. Something coming apart. Maybe a relationship didn't work out like you thought it would, or maybe the company you work for has decided to move overseas, or they don't need your particular skills anymore, or they're asking you to move, and it's really creating problems in your personal relationships, because that's what this card is about. The Judgment, a real transition of some sort. You need to take it on advisement, but it means that you are holding it together, being genteel and calm, and you're being basically, as a friend used to say to me, Charles in charge of your circumstances, possibly helping other people to understand what's going on. And you may be wanting to take a break from it all and go on a vacation because it's just too much to manage. If you want more information or you're interested in what I do, just contact me and we can set up a time to have a reading or whatever you like. Anyhow, Libra, have a wonderful period here, and I'm at cottagetarot.com. Hello, Aquarius. How are you? Listen, very busy forecast period from the 22nd to the 30th. A lot is happening for you. So let's dive right in. Okay. First of all, Mercury retrograde in Cancer stays with us through that retrograde period till, I would say, the second week of August. Now, where does this affect you? In the area of your work. You may be sending messages to people, they don't hear it, they don't want to understand what you're saying, or you may be trying to contact people to expand your business. Also, your physical body may be having certain unusual reactions to the food you eat. Maybe exercise that you normally do is starting to make you sore. It's something to check out. This is the kind of confusing aspect that Mercury retrograde can bring. It demands that we review, revise, and redo. So if there's something that you need to change, this is a good time to look at those areas of your life. Jupiter will move into Leo, your opposite sign, along with Venus in that area of and it's about love and beauty. You may be expanding a partnership. You may be expanding your romantic life. You may be looking to see how you can make things better on all fronts as far as it relates to your relationship. And Jupiter will be in Leo for a year. So hang on, because it'll be emphasizing long-term relationships. The moon in Capricorn is in your 12th house. You're looking at life and asking yourself, what do I really care about? What matters to me right now? Because the spotlight is in that area. What do I bring to the planet? Is there meaning in what I am involved in? Those are big questions. And then lastly, Mars, the planet of action, with all of this going on, is moving into your 5th house of art, children, romance. The emphasis is on going places and having fun with friends. And your creative life gets a power boost in some form or fashion. And you don't have to be an artist for it to impact you, Aquarius, because it helps the Aquarian mind to expand its vision. So it's a very good period of time for you. So let's take a look at the cards and see how they interact with what we're talking about. Power of joy. Keep it light, especially with your partner or partners. Find things to laugh about. Find reasons to connect emotionally. And it's through the power of joy. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. You are in charge of many things right now. And you may have somebody who has actually got their eye on you, who really likes what you are bringing to the table. Just don't get caught up in illusion or, as a friend of mine said, don't go down a rabbit hole right now. Stay grounded. That's the 7 of Cups. There could be an offer coming your way, a love offer, possibly, Knight of Cups, or just an offer in general. And it could come from a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. You may be breaking away from an organization or a group of people that no longer serve your best interests. I can't just leave it at that. And this has something to do with your work, your career. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, Aquarius, have a wonderful period here. Drop me a line if you have questions, and like, share, and subscribe. Take care. Gemini, how are you? All you wonderful Geminis, there's a lot happening that impacts you directly. So let's dive right in. Okay. The moon is in your 8th house. Moon in Capricorn. The moon is ruled by Saturn. So it takes no prisoners. It wants you to follow the rules, do things the right way, and do not compromise. Right. Those statements do not excite the general Gemini out there. But it's in your 8th house. The 8th house is all about transition. Traditional astrologers, it was sex, death, and taxes. You may be hearing, because the moon is shining its spotlight in that area of your life, you may be hearing about an inheritance. You may be hearing about some money that's owed you. You may be finding out that your partner wants to move. You may be finding out that someone is in love with you and wants to make a commitment. You may be finding out that somebody that's important to you is not well. You may find out many things during this moon cycle period. It is about transition. You could find out that you need a new car. Anything can happen. I had a friend who had many, many planets in this 8th house, and she was a midwife. Actually, I think she still is. And she had the good fortune to birth over a couple thousand babies. So the 8th house is about bringing something out and nurturing it and helping it transition into a next level of being. So being a midwife, that would fit that perfectly. So very interesting. Mars, the planet of action, is in your sign. It moves into Gemini. And it moves into Gemini. I'm looking here at my calendar. Yes, it goes in on the 29th. So you are going to, you personally, your energy field will be vitalized by this particular transit of Mars, and it'll stay there for a number of weeks. You and how you appear to the world is like a fireball. So if there's something you want to accomplish, this is a good time to do it and to make tracks. Mercury retrograde in your 2nd house of finance demands that you review your financial portfolio, go through your checkbook, understand what is coming out of it. Maybe there's a mistake. Maybe you owe something. Maybe you don't. But make sure that you know where all the I'm going to say where all your dollars are stored, but make sure that you understand what's happening with your personal finances. And then lastly, for the next year, Jupiter will be in dramatic, over the top, very creative Leo, in that area of your life where it revolves around siblings and how you communicate to people. Now, you're a Gemini. You communicate incessantly, but this will be demanding more of you. You have to state who you are. You have to become a bigger person. You have to be the it person, the it girl, the it guy in many, many different arenas. So this will change you. You will become more detail-oriented. You will become more of a creative when it comes to expressing yourself, whether it's the written word, through theater. Some of you might be going for job interviews that ask that you really put yourself out and state who you are in a very timely, dramatic way. And I use the word drama because it's Leo. Leo is asking a lot of you right now. And for Geminis, it will be more than just reciting facts. It will be about describing how you feel about whatever field you're in, whatever project you're working on, whatever. So that's the news astrologically. Let's take a look at the oracle cards. Gemini, listen to people, collect data. Sometimes it's better to just pay attention to what people are saying around you. Be a little bit of a quiet investigator. Page of Cups, there's a message coming to you. Usually it's good news in that case. Queen of Cups could be from a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, non-gender specific. And that person is talking about the fact that they have a new beginning, they're in love, they have a romantic interest in something, there's something creative happening in that around that person. And King of Wands, this person also could be put in charge of a new project. Now, this could also just be about how your energy is, and your helpful energy is to be a boss, to be a organizer, and to possibly start something that is going to be really powerfully important for you. Also, this could indicate a new romance or a romantic situation for somebody you care about. So that's the news for you Geminis. I want you to have a wonderful week. Meet me back here on July 1st, and we'll see what else is going on. Take care. Hello, Taurians. How are you? Well, we're going to dive right into your report and see what's going on here. Capricorn is one of your sister Earth signs. It is right smack dab in your 9th house of travel, exploration, learning. It's a great period of time, and that happens over the 29th of this forecast. So keep that in mind, mark it on your calendar, because there's some opportunities for you there. Mercury goes retrograde, and it will be on the 29th as well, and it is in the sign of Cancer. Now, Mercury will be affecting your ability to express yourself, share ideas, get, written word across to people that makes sense, and it will stay in retrograde formation until at least the 1st or 2nd week of August. So I recommend that you double check everything you send out, particularly in memo form. Messaging people can be problematic because they won't understand what you're trying to say, or they will expand on it and turn it into something that it isn't. So just forewarned is forearmed. Jupiter, the big jolly elf of good luck, links forces with Venus and brings you opportunities in your area of home, family, remodeling, changing the colors of your living room, finding a new home, moving to a new area and finding a new home. This is all coming up for you over the next year, because Jupiter stays in one sign for that length of time, and it has moved into fiery Leo. And then lastly, Mars, the planet of action, goes into cerebral, excitable Gemini, and it's in your 2nd house of products, production, money, financial wellness. In your 2nd house like this, Mars is asking you to rev up the activities that you're involved in that will help you make more money, balance your financial portfolio in a better way. Maybe you have outstanding bills that you've been ignoring. It's time to take care of them. And this period of time will ensure that things get moving in that 2nd house area of your life. And that's the news for you from the 22nd to the 30th. Let's take a look at the oracle cards, Taurus. Artistic expression makes sense. Your Taurus is ruled by Venus. Very important, very good for you. It will take a few beats for you to work on a project if you haven't been, but it would be very good for you on many different levels. Whether it's knitting or working on building a deck, it's all creative energy for you. The Empress is the creation card somebody could be having out there who's a Taurus, might be intending to have a child, which is also the Jupiter energy in your 4th house. It may be something you planned or not. With that happening, there could be a juggling act between your home life and your career. But definitely brings joy and love into the family arena. 10 of Cups. Okay, Taurus, I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful forecast period. Drop me a line. I'm at cottagetarot.com. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Hello, Virgo. How are you? Well, listen, there's lots happening with you right now. The moon is in your fellow earth sign of Capricorn, and it's in your 5th house of love and romance and creativity and kids and going to the park and having picnics. It's a great position, and the moon shines its abundance and light into that area of your life. So it's great for you. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, is joining forces with lovely Venus, and the planet of love and beauty, in your 12th house. And by the way, Jupiter will stay in this area of your chart in the sign of Leo for the next year. You're asking yourself the big life questions. What do I want to do with my time? Where do I want to live? How do I want to share myself with the world? This is all coming up for you, Virgos. Mercury will flow into your 11th house of groups, organizations, corporations, also impacting your dreams, wishes. Mercury retrograde asks you to review, revise, and redo. It's not horrible, but it does impact your ability to communicate with all those people that you're coming in contact with. And it's in Cancer. So Cancer can be, that energy can be about not completely saying all those things that you feel, for better or for worse. And sometimes gossip is connected to it. So be a little bit careful about how you phrase your feelings, your ideas with groups of people. Now, Mercury stays in retrograde until we get to the 2nd week of August. So this period of time can be communication complicated. That's all I'm going to say. And then lastly, Mars goes into the sign of Gemini in your 10th house of career and everything related to it. You want to take action. You want to make change. You want something different to happen in that career life. And this can go on for a number of weeks. So plan, organize, and don't jump into anything without giving it a lot of thought. Okay, Virgo, let's take a look at the oracle cards and see how they impact you. Okay, Virgo, what's going on here? Work your magic. You have all the skills and abilities you need. You want to change careers? You can do it. You can go ahead and do it immediately. Work your magic. News about a young person. It could be one of your children. It could be somebody else's child. Some positive, good news about your finances. 10 of Pentacles, or their finances. A victory regarding your earning power. That sounds great. And feeling like life is all about the good things. Lots of abundance. And this is, I'm looking at this guy. He's sitting in front of all the cups. 9 of Cups. Very lucky. So Virgo, have a wonderful forecast period, and I'll see you back here in the beginning of July. Take care. Capricorn, one of my favorite signs. Boy, there are things happening in your chart. Let's jump right in. Well, first of all, the moon, the full moon, will be in your first house in the sign of Capricorn on the 29th of June. It's affecting your identity, your direction. The spotlight is on you. It's an ending period also, tying up loose ends, getting things organized, closing the chapter on something you've been working on. What does that mean? People are turning to you for your opinion. They want to know what you think. This is all happening, and it's happening very soon. Mercury in the sign of Cancer is retrograde until the second week of August. So what does that mean for you? Review, revise, and redo. Work on something that relates to a partnership. Maybe somebody at work. It could be your marriage partner. It could be any number of people that count as partners. And work on things that relate to communication in your relationship arena. It's time. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, moves into your 8th house of transition. Now, there are many ways of looking at this 8th house, but it's sultry, it's sexual, it has to do with death, it has to do with the death of an old way of doing things. It can be inheritances, it can be chunky money from money owed to you, it can be any form of transition. It could be needing a new car, it could be wanting to rip out a wall in your house. It's transition, 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 and it goes on for a year in the sign of dramatic, theatrical Leo. So some of what will come up for you will feel like a chapter out of a romance novel. For some of you, it could be, something very different indeed. But there are moments where the creativity of the theatrical situations that you experience can be something else. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, Mars moves into Gemini in that 6th house of work, how you work, when you work. There's lots of action happening in the work arena. A lot of it's cerebral. A lot of it is second-guessing situations, and it's exhausting. Also, it impacts your wellness. It can affect your nervous system. It's time to learn how to shut some of this off, and learn to find solitude and quiet so that you can feel less nervous, less jangled. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, Capricorn, let's take a look at the oracle cards and see how they're affecting you. Oh boy, detach from drama. It's really critical. When this card pops out, and it's the only one I'm pulling for you, you've got to let some of the drama, particularly when you have Jupiter in your 8th house like this, some of the drama has to float over your head and it has to be ignored. And you've got to find some tools to do that. Meditation, walking, long distance running for some of you, swimming, breathing exercises, laying outside in a hammock and imagining that you're floating with the clouds, going to the seaside, putting your feet in the water. I mean, I can come up with 1,000 ways, but that's my suggestion. There's luck on your side, the lottery card, the star card. It's a very, very interesting period for you. 9 of Pentacles. Your financial situation either improves or it becomes more solid. Possibility of a new job or a job offer coming from somewhere. Ace of Pentacles. Moving into the second chapter, next chapter of your life. Wheel of Fortune. Opportunities for change. Okay, Capricorn, I'm excited for you. I want things to be good. I know a lot of Capricorns, and I want all the best for you. I want the best for everybody. But I know so many of you struggled with so many issues over the last couple of years, and these all look like wonderful cards. Anyway, take care and be well.